Hello and welcome to this edition of Talk and Adoption. And today we're looking at the process, a part of the process that deals with family finding. I am Grace Gomez. I am the Adopter Diversity Recruitment Officer and I'm based in the Reading office. And I'm joined today by Hayley. Welcome, Hayley, who's a placements officer. Okay, so Hayley, thanks for joining us today. Can you tell us a bit more about your job role and what it involves, please?
Sure. So I work in the placements and inquiries team. I'm based in the Reading office and I work with PACT approved adopters to find them their child or children.
Fantastic, thank you. So can you briefly explain the process of adoption to us, please?
Sure. So at PACT, there's two stages to the adoption process. There's stage one, which deals with a lot of paperwork, background checks. It's very sort of paper-based. The second stage of the process is where you are assessed by a social worker. So they will come to your home, ask you questions, ask about your background. If you're a couple, you will be interviewed both together and separately as well. And then once that's completed, you will go to our adoption panel. And then at that stage, once you are approved, you will come to me to do the family finding process and finally move on to have the child or children placed with you. The whole kind of assessment period, so stage 1 and 2, takes approximately 6 months.
Okay, thanks for that. Thank you. So what does the family finding process actually involve?
So it's a really exciting stage of the process. So the approved adopters come to me, I kind of get to know them, find out what they're looking for in terms of their matching, what type of child or children they are looking for. So we do have a good sort of interview session at first. I then get the adopters to create a profile on LinkMaker, which is a national database that we use to match our adopters with children. And then the adopters can show interest in children. They will get incoming interest and I will work with them to determine what would be the best match for them.
Fantastic, thank you. So how long does that stage typically take?
It does vary, you know, depending on what you're looking for in a child and the type of children available at that time. On average, it takes around 6 months to get matched.
Okay, thank you. So how much say do the adopters actually have in the family finding process?
So it is all adopter led actually. So you know, I'm there to support the adopters, but it's completely up to them, you know, what profiles of children they show interest in, the profiles that they decide to find out more about. It is all completely down to them. We're kind of there to support them, advise them, give our advice, but it is ultimately down to the adopters and what they, you know, think they can take on and referring back to their matching criteria.
Okay, thank you. And what support is available to the adopters post-placement? So
PACT has a really great post-adoption support service, which is fantastic for our adopters. So we have a whole team, our FACT team, which is there to support adopters once they've had children placed with them. They were able to put in therapy. We also have our adopter champions, who are all adopters who have adopted children, and they are specialists in certain areas. So for example, we have an education lead. So if you have any questions about schooling, she will be on hand to assist you. We also have the Adopter Hub, which is a fantastic online resource where adopters can log on, look at webinars, ask questions to other adopters on forums and things like that. So it's a fantastic, you know, fantastic service that we can provide post-adoption.
And how long does that service go on for?
So PACT supports children and their adopters up until their child or children are 18 years old.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
thank
so
you.
It's, you know, lifelong, really.
Yeah, that's great to know. Thank you. Okay, so it must be a really rewarding job. What have been the highlights for you?
It is a fantastic job. Lots of highs. It's amazing when I get emails from people and they attach photos of their family that I've helped them, you know, find. It's also great when I've been working with adopters for a long time and they finally get their match, and they realise, you know, it's been worth the wait.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Hayley. Thanks for joining us today. So you can find out more about PACT Charity by scanning the QR code and going to our website, pactcharity.org. We're also on social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So thanks for joining us today. Thanks, Hayley.
Thank you.